Imagine a roller coaster so extreme that it drops from the edge of a mountain, reaches around 250 kilometers per hour, climbs almost 200 meters into the sky, and runs for more than 4 kilometers. This is Falcon's flight, the centerpiece of Six Flags Qiddiya City. But the coaster is only a small part of something much bigger. Saudi Arabia is not simply building a theme park in the desert, it is building an entire city around entertainment. This is Qiddiya City. Located about 45 kilometers from central Riyadh, Qiddiya stretches across more than 360 square kilometers beside the Tuwaiq Mountains. The master plan includes more than 20 neighborhoods, hundreds of attractions, and a future population of more than 500,000 residents. And unlike many futuristic megaprojects, parts of Qiddiya are already operating, Six Flags. Qiddiya City opened in late 2025. Aquarabia followed in 2026. Around them, construction continues on racing circuits, stadiums, esports facilities, hotels, homes, and new districts. So why is Saudi Arabia building a city dedicated to play? And can Qiddiya really become one of the world's great entertainment capitals? To understand the project, we have to understand Saudi Arabia's wider transformation. Vision 2030 aims to expand tourism, entertainment, sports, technology, culture, and hospitality, while creating new jobs and keeping more leisure spending inside the country. Qiddiya is one of the major projects built around that strategy. The project was announced in 2017, and its location makes it unusual. Qiddiya sits beside the Tuwaiq Escarpment, a dramatic geological formation west of Riyadh. Instead of hiding the terrain, designers are using it as part of the city. Roads, attractions, stadiums, and motorsport infrastructure are being integrated into cliffs, plateaus, and valleys. Falcon's flight is the clearest example. Six Flags. Qiddiya City covers roughly 320,000 square meters and contains dozens of rides and attractions. Falcon's flight is designed to define the park. The coaster reaches around 195 meters in height, travels at roughly 250 kilometers per hour, and stretches for more than 4.3 kilometers. Part of the ride uses the natural drop of the Tuwaiq landscape, creating an attraction built at a scale closer to major infrastructure than a conventional amusement ride. Directly beside Six Flags is Aquarabia. The huge water park spans more than 250,000 square meters and includes more than 20 rides and experiences. But building a giant water park near Riyadh creates an obvious question. Water. Saudi Arabia is one of the driest countries on earth, so operating a water-intensive attraction requires careful recycling, cooling, irrigation, and waste management systems. Yet rides and water parks are only the beginning. Qiddiya also wants to become a global motorsport destination. The speed park track is being designed with 21 corners, 80 garages, and projected top speeds above 325 kilometers per hour. Its most dramatic feature is the Blade, a section of track rising about 70 meters above the surrounding terrain. Instead of keeping the circuit flat against the desert, the track climbs into the landscape itself. The design was developed with former Formula One driver Alex Wirtz and circuit designer Herman Tilke. Then there is the Prince Mohammed bin Salman Stadium. Planned on the edge of the Tuwaiq Cliffs, the stadium is designed for more than 46,000 football spectators and even larger crowds for concerts and major events. It is also planned as a venue for the 2034 FIFA World Cup. The stadium is planned with a retractable roof, retractable pitch, and a huge LED wall, allowing it to transform between football, concerts, boxing, and other events. Qiddiya is also moving beyond traditional sport. The gaming and esports district is planned with major arenas, club facilities, interactive gaming spaces, and offices for gaming companies. Saudi Arabia has been investing heavily in esports, and Qiddiya is giving that strategy a physical home. Professional players could compete there, fans could attend tournaments, and gaming companies could operate nearby. Then there is one of Qiddiya's most unusual attractions, the world's first dedicated Dragon Ball theme park. The planned park will recreate famous locations from the franchise across multiple themed zones, with more than 30 rides and experiences. At the center is a giant Shenron structure wrapped around a roller coaster reaching roughly 70 meters high. The strategy is clear. Qiddiya is not targeting one type of visitor. theme park fans, football supporters, Formula One followers, gamers, anime fans, families, concert audiences, and tourists. At this point, Qiddiya begins to look less like a collection of attractions and more like what its developers actually intend it to become: a city, and that distinction matters. A theme park can survive on visitors. A city needs residents, homes, schools, healthcare, transport, utilities, shops, offices, public spaces. Qiddiya is ultimately being designed for more than 500,000 residents, not only millions of annual visitors. That makes it an urban experiment. Most cities grow around trade, industry, government, ports, or transportation. Qiddiya is trying to place play at the center of urban life. Entertainment is not something residents travel away from the city to experience. It becomes part of the city itself. But that idea creates serious challenges. World record attractions are expensive to maintain. Large stadiums need continuous events. Theme parks need repeat visitors. Hotels need occupancy. Restaurants and shops need customers outside peak seasons. So Qiddiya's long-term success will depend on something more difficult than construction. It has to create demand year after year. The project also has one major advantage. It is being built largely from scratch. Roads can be planned around venues. Hotels can sit beside attractions. Residential areas can be integrated into entertainment districts. Transport can be designed around major crowds. But that freedom also means enormous infrastructure must be built before the city can fully function. That is why the opening of Six Flags and Aquarabia matters. Visitors are no longer looking only at renders. They can enter the gates, ride the attractions, spend money, and experience the first completed pieces of the city. Meanwhile, construction continues around them. Speed Park is still developing. The stadium is planned for the World Cup era. The gaming and esports district is still taking shape. The Dragon Ball Park, residential neighborhoods, and additional attractions are still ahead. And that is the real story of Qiddiya. It is not simply about building the fastest roller coaster, a giant water park, or a dramatic racetrack. Saudi Arabia is testing a much bigger idea. Can entertainment itself become infrastructure? Can sport, gaming, culture, tourism, and recreation become the economic foundation of an entire new city? Can a place built around play attract residents as successfully as it attracts visitors? And can a huge entertainment destination in the Saudi desert compete with established global entertainment capitals? For now, some of those questions are already moving beyond the drawing board. Falcon's flight is running. Six Flags is open. Aquarabia is welcoming visitors. And beyond their gates, cranes and construction sites continue spreading across the landscape. The city is no longer only a promise, but it is nowhere near finished. Qiddiya is entering the stage where spectacular announcements must become functioning infrastructure, where renders must become buildings, attractions must become businesses, and a destination must eventually become a community. If it succeeds, Qiddiya could become one of the largest entertainment ecosystems ever built and a powerful symbol of Saudi Arabia's changing economy. If it struggles, it will show just how difficult it is to build an entire destination city from the ground up. Either way, the experiment is already underway. 45 kilometers from Riyadh, beneath the cliffs of the Tuwaik Mountains, Saudi Arabia is building something far more ambitious than an amusement park. A city designed around one simple idea: play. And Qiddiya is betting that people will come from around the world to experience it.